Okay, we're going to show you how to do wire tuck necessary to install the driver's side fender cover for the C7 Corvette. Pretty easy thing to do. Couple of different areas we need to approach. The new kit will be replacing this factory molded panel, which just kind of pops out. So we'll just take that and save that for restoration one day. The next thing we're going to be doing is tightening up these ground lines here. Pretty easy. We'll need to detach this one. Once it's detached, just kind of run it underneath the original harness. And then this is going to allow you to tap this 90 degrees straight down. And that'll give us the clearance we need. So you're just going to just kind of tuck these in nice and tight to the frame. Right. Now, the next thing we're going to need to do is to get these hood release lines out of this area. Again, simple thing to do. You'll need to completely remove the clips, retainer clips. Just take these off the line, save those as well. Okay, you have an electrical connector right here, which will need to be routed underneath this frame. So we're just going to pull this up like so, open the unit. Route this underneath this frame. Just reattach it. Okay. Got a little piece of plastic sticking out from the retainer on the opposite side. We'll just need to shave that smooth. So now these lines will be easily rerouted down, and you can run some of this under the factory harness in this front area. And then this here, what you'll do is you're going to tuck this underneath the mount for your windshield washer fill. So you're just going to detach that there, and then just kind of push this line down underneath that and reattach it. That will not hinder the function of your hood release latch, so it's perfectly fine to just do that. And all we've done here is just kind of gotten a few things out of the way so that now our unit can sit into place nice and comfortable. All right, now that we've got the wire tuck done, we're going to show you how to set the unit in. Some of the things you might want to do in preparation for setting the part is to just kind of make sure that your bends are nice and straight. You'll set it in, and if you have to do any adjustments, you just kind of pull it back out, and maybe you'll have to stretch this out or punch it back in a little. Very easy thing to do. To set this in, you're going to go nose first. Okay, you've made plenty of clearance for that. You're going to bring this sidewall down, and you're going to hook it underneath your bracket. You're going to bring it back, pull it, okay, and line it up so that this tab goes behind this bracket. Now, there's two mounting locations. There's a factory hole, which we've exposed earlier. That's right here. Okay, and then there's another little hole right here that you're going to put a self-tapping screw, and that will lock the whole unit down. All right. So it's a pretty easy thing to do. I'm just gonna pull this attachment hardware retainer. You're just gonna push that in. That's what's gonna fasten the front area here. And your kit will come with a decorative chrome cover. It has a little butyl putty, which is very reliable. And you'll just kind of press that in. And that'll hide that hole. Your kit comes with a small washer head style self-tapping screw and a white retainer socket. This is for to snap on the decorative button cover once you got that in place. So what you're going to do is kind of push this down, make sure you're seated. Okay. Now that you're seated nice. Okay. So you can go ahead and set your screw. Now you're going into relatively thin composite plastic, so you don't really have to pilot the hole. Just the self-tapping screw will go right in. Once you're at this point, go ahead and pull your liner. You want to do this after you've got everything in place to kind of prevent the part from getting all goobered up with fingerprints. You can snug this screw down and then snap on your decorative cap like so. Alright, today we're going to show you how to install the ACC passenger side fender cover for the new C7 Corvette. A couple of things you need to do before you go ahead with this installation. We've got to tuck a couple of lines and reroute a couple of cables just so that this will sit in there nicely and bolt up pretty easily. First thing we're going to do is kind of protect our paint in this area right here, because our part really sets tightly against the paint in this area, and we don't want to, you know, damage the paint just jostling it into position. So that's just pretty easy. Just do that. This factory molded piece is just going to come out and simply unclips. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is route this cable so that it's not on top of the fender area right there. We're going to bring it into the forward position like so, and we're going to route it underneath this clip, and that's the only thing that's going to hold it in, plus a couple of zip ties when we're done. So you'll remove this factory clip just like that. There's also another retainer that holds an insulation pad. We're going to use that hole for our AC line, so we're going to take this out as well. And that just pulls right out like so. Now, this AC line has a open and closable clip retainer right here, and we're going to use that to reposition this line underneath our fender cap. The reason for that is just so that it looks nicer, it gives it a little bit more appeal, and the fact that this clip is a removable clip will allow you to take this in and out of position should you ever have to, you know, when it comes time to fill the AC. So what we're going to do is just kind of release it. There's a little tab here which is going to release the retainer like so, and we'll pull the line out. Okay? Then we're going to take that retainer from its original perch. Just going to basically pull that out. Okay, and then we're going to take that same retainer and we're going to put it in that hole where the other retainer was. Just put it right back in there. And then what we're going to do is force a new position for this line. The line is a nice soft aluminum, and you're not in any type of situation where you're going to kink or crack this line. So all you need to do is just kind of reshape it so that it will sit into this new position, okay? And it's pretty easy to do. Just with a little bit of force, you'll be able to get that to reposition like that. And then you just latch it in and unlatch it, pop it out when you need to fill it, pop it back in when you need to put it away, and you latch it like so. Now you're going to take your line, I'm going to kind of flip this over. There's a retainer, a deep retainer in here that we're just going to release that from, just to give up some slack here. A lot of ways to release that. You have a cool little tool like this one. It makes life a little easier. Then we're going to take the line and just tuck this underneath this air vacuum line retainer like that, like so. That's just going to keep that down in this area and tucked out of the way, okay? Another thing that we have to do is to turn this clamp. Also pretty easy to do. You're just going to squeeze it and rotate it so that it no longer sticks up. Just like that, okay? Final thing you want to do is just release this. I suppose you could leave it there, but by releasing it, you know, you can very easily tuck it down out of the way. Kind of gets it out of sight. So we're just going to pull that out. Release the clip, set it down low like so, and then we're going to zip tie all this stuff together. Zip tie will keep it nice and neat. Okay, now, oh, actually I didn't get this clip out. Okay, now that we've kind of got everything out of our way here, we've got, you know, everything nice and tucked in a position where it'll kind of hide under our fender cover. We'll go ahead and set the fender cover in. Now, the sidewall of the fender cover is going to be under some tension to keep it nice and tucked in under the fender. So as you put it in, you're going to need to pull it with some force so that you can catch these two holes. Now the 3 bolts, 3 screws that the factory has here, T15 ports. We're going to reuse these screws for our fender cover. Take these out. And we're going to try and catch the center hole first. Now this is our part. It's going to shelf over the front of the airbox. Has kind of like a small little lip here that's going to tab right underneath the mold of the airbox. If it's shaped correctly and the part is good, you should just kind of clip in there, pull it in to the fender, and catch your screw hole. So you want to set this in here like so. Make sure it's all the way down. And sketch the front screw first. Seems to be easy. Now, at this point, you don't really want to tighten this up until you get everything into position, okay? So, now, you're going to pull this in. You catch your hook, catch your center hole. One of the things that'll help you is to get a little pointer so that you can line up the hole and make sure everything is correctly in position. It should fit just like that. You can leave that there for a second, capture this hole. And then finally capture. Now, that's pretty much it. After you get everything in and everything looks good, you can go ahead and peel plastic tape. The kit's going to come with some decorative covers that we've supplied to go over the factory screws. There's a little butyl tape in here. A little liner, you're just going to peel that out and then kind of press these over the screws, and that'll do a real nice job of finishing off the factory attachment screw. Like so.